Hello, Wolfmind here, and today is another Acol Island preview, number 7. And as we know in the last preview, we kind of did like a mix of Acol and OAO since there was stuff going on with the server. But on to now, and there is quite a bit of work done, not almost complete island stuff. I decided to move on to the west coast. I built a new little place over there. We'll go check it out. And the west coast is the opposite side than the airport, so it's on the other side of the island. And if you watch the time-lapse video, you would have saw that road that like kept going during that. That's where it went to. It went to the other side of the island, where the new place is. So, right where we are now is the current new spawn area for Milton, which is just a little spike I put in, a little tower or whatever. An obelisk, I think that's what I'm going to call it. But it's just dedicated to the people who first arrived to the island in 1733. Of course, that's not official anything. That's just something I made up for fun to kind of keep it kind of like a history to the island, just for the hell of it. But yeah, so not much going on over here. The mall area is done, and there's this new little building which is going to be the harbor headquarters, pretty much, for the whole entire harbor. And we have a new little yacht right here I threw together in about 10 minutes. And then, I'm not sure if I showed this last time, but this is a little wood clipper ship that I threw together, which turned out really great. And onto the mall, since there is some new stuff inside. I did not furnish it. Most of the stuff isn't going to be furnished. Like, if I feel like it, I will furnish it. So, here we are. We got just little shops. Like, they're all laid out to put stuff in, but I never put stuff in it. So, it's just all empty and laid out rooms. Alright, and on to other things. The actual harbor part of Milton is done. Let me make it daytime so that we can see. And yes, the chat is semi-faint so that you guys can barely see it, so it doesn't come a bother in the middle of the video. But yeah, this yacht is still here. But now, if you remember in the last OAO preview, which I did with King, which I believe, like the main preview, not the last video that I did, but this is the Celebrity Expedition, which I threw together, and I decided to move it over here because I had a good spot for it. So we got the Lost Straw sitting over there, and we got another cruise ship, which is the Expedition. This one's more of a fancy yacht, pretty much, cruise. And this is another little harbor. I put the Steve Irwin in, and the harbor's all done. At least this little pier is. And yeah, so that's all for Milton currently. And the server's pretty laggy right now, so I'm not going to use my compass. So we're just going to enjoy flying slowly over the landscape. But yeah, so over this way, if you watch the time-lapse video I made, which is on the channel, it's the most recent video besides this one. And I made a gas station time-lapse where it was my point of view and I was just building, and it was all in hyper motion, so you didn't really see it too clear until the end when I showed it. But this is the island gas station, and inside you got a little shop where you get your drinks and your novelties and fun stuff. And actually the funny thing about this, it's called Come and Go is what the market is called. And as stupid and funny as that sounds, it's actually a real gas station marketplace. So that's a little fun fact for you. So here's the gas pumps, and here's a little car sitting right here. And if we head up this road, this is what goes to the new area. And as you saw, I put in all these trees during the time lapse, all the way up to at the top of the ridge. And then I did this all on my own afterwards. And this was the course of the past 2 days of work, is from the top of that ridge beyond all the way around, which you'll see how much work has been done. So this is a new road, obviously. It goes along the north side of the island to the west. So the road on this island, the highway pretty much, does like an S-curve on the island. It goes from the west, goes north, goes south through Milton, keeps going south, and then turns and goes north again on the east side. So yeah, little like chicane pretty much kind of road, slithers around. But yeah, lots and lots of roads. I'm not sure if I'll put in beaches right here. Not really much room for it, but I still can. I'm still gonna take a week of work. It is currently Sunday right now, so by next weekend, of course, next weekend I'm kind of busy because it's my birthday weekend. Fun fact. But yeah, so I'll try and get it out next week. If not, it's gonna be 2 weeks. But if that does happen where I take 2 weeks to do it, I'm going to put as much work as possible into this. That means furnishing every single building, which is going to take forever, but considering it would take 2 weeks out for it, yeah, because we're almost approaching a month on Acol Island. Alright, so what I've been flying around here is the new oil station, which took me last night and most of this morning to build. And got little water tanks, or not water tanks, oil tanks right here. You got the oil pipes. These are the ones coming from the ship over there, and then these are the ones going to this truck over here that's getting loaded, and then it'll turn around and go towards Milton. And got a little yellow car sitting here. This is the little office for the little harbor. It's pretty much like a harbor of its own. And we got one of George's pilot boats, which I stole, or borrowed, from Ships 2, which is the second harbor ever built in OIO. So I decided to borrow that. Decided I need a little patrol boat over here on this side of the island. So he's based right here. Alright, now on to the actual dock portion. These are supposed to be little oil cans, pretty much. The little, you know what an oil barrel looks like. Most of you should. And right here is the actual pier. And I kind of base this off what some of the oil tanker docks will look like, where there's just this elevated platform with pipes right next to them. And I just based it off of that. I actually didn't build a gangway from the ship to the pier. I'll have to do that. Off camera, I'll do that. And right here is my brand new ship as of this morning. Her name is... I have no idea even how to say her name. Besiktas Pierre, or Pereira. I don't know. It's a tongue twister, but Besiktas is the company name, and Pereira or Pierre, or I don't have no idea what you say or how you say that. Ugh. But that is the name of the ship. So you got the company and the name of the ship both on the front and back. So here it is again. But this is a nice little oil tanker I threw together, which turned out really great. And so let's just walk around. It's not furnished at all, but it's exterior furnished pretty much. Like, it has all the detail on it. So let's start from the front. So we got the front antenna right here, some sort of box right here, pipes, more pipes. The thing about oil tankers, it's nothing but pipes and pipes and pipes on top of the deck, and like skywalks. Right here we got the front rope station. We got your anchor controls. That's pretty much the only furnished part. Then you got little drums. I'm guessing these carry gas or some sort of thing because they're their own tanks. And the actual oil is stored inside the hull, which is down below this floor. But yeah, as you can see, lots and lots of going on in here. And you got a big crane right here. And then you got a little gangway. And up here is the bridge. And the real ship has a different shaped bridge. It sticks out forward more than it does here. So I decided to, like, it was kind of weird looking, so I made my own kind of style to it. And then we got all these middle areas not furnished at all. Then you got the smokestack, lifeboat, and a back area. Alright, so that concludes the new stuff of Acol. And as for plans, let's fly over the mountain here. Let's go back to Milton side, which is just over this ridge. But the plans are for the next few days are to work on the actual town of Milton, and as well as the North Beach, which is going to be the biggest beach on the island. And lots of little stuff in between. I do need to finish that gravel road. If you remember in, I think it was like preview number 5 or 4, I have no idea, is the one when I showed you the neighborhood, which I believe was number 5. This gravel road over here, this is going to go to the top of the mountain that's over that way. And I have to finish that up. And then I might also put a resort somewhere around here where all these cows are. It's hard to know. I mean, I just go by what looks right and then what kind of ideas I get. I've already laid out one road right here. The actual downtown area, which is pretty much just like if you live in like a big city and you go to like Old Town where it's just like two-story buildings all close to each other, that's pretty much what this is going to be. Just a little town, pretty much. But yeah, that pretty much concludes for Acol this preview. Wow, we're already going on for 10 minutes. But right after this, I'm going to be uploading OAO preview number, I have no idea, 8, 9, I have no idea. Because there is lots of stuff to show there, so be sure to stick around. I'll be uploading that after this one goes up. And I'd like to thank you for watching. My name is Chris, also known as Wolfmind, and goodbye.